guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Ember Fast and Kyuujin, and today we are back, guys, with Viking Valhalla. Episode 7 from first season.
Choices. Last episode, Freydis became a shield maiden for Kattegat. She made her vows and all of that. She also said that there was a battle coming because Carl? Anyway, I don't remember, but him, who, by the way, he went to Uppsala and did exactly what I was afraid he was going to do. He killed everyone.
A massacre.
He said, that he was getting ready and he was coming, so we're going to have to prepare ourselves. We had a lot of prophecies being told. He's following stuff that he's been told by the seer back when he was a kid. Freydis was told she was the last, and the one in charge of Kattegat, sorry, I keep forgetting her name, she saw in a vision a wave coming, and the last one standing after the wave was Freydis.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
And her brother came back and told him, you know what, brother? I want to stay here. I want to make a life here.
They all wanted to stay.
Which is convenient because he wants to stay also.
Yeah. And meanwhile, back in England, Canute got close to Emma, but he has a wife.
Very close.
He has a wife. We didn't know. And basically Olaf took the opportunity to go back to his wife, Canute's wife, and say that, oh, there were rumors of wedding, which to be fair, now there is, but it's unclear what he really knew before he left. I think he's saying that so he would get the support to become King of Norway, and it just turns out that those rumors are now true, because I think he just asked Emma to marry him, hearing that stuff was going on back home. But yes, Olaf is planning stuff. Canute's wife is not happy with Canute. Emma might just become Canute's wife. We'll see. And he's supposed to go back home to deal with the shit that's happening.
So he's gonna need a strong ally to stay in England.
Yeah, well, we're thinking his potential future wife. We'll see. So this is where we are. Let's jump in this episode and see what happens next. We're close to the finale. 2 episodes left.
Yep.
So
well, one after this one.
It's gonna get intense, for sure. Let's see what happens. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these episodes, and check out our Patreon for the full-length reactions.
Alright, let's go.
Oh yeah, that happened. The apples.
We saw his forbidden fruit.
And you think this love is a good thing?
Can be. Better than Canute and Emma, considering he's married.
For my love, I will give everything. Even my gods.
Your gods?
What will you do for your love?
I would set aside my destiny for you.
Which you do not have right now.
Talk dirty to me.
So you see how dangerous we are?
But it doesn't have to be. As king, I can stop the hatred. We would have an open country where all faiths can be worshipped without fear.
So you don't want to set aside your destiny for her, then?
All that is possible with you.
But they could both die by the end of the season.
Don't say that!
Still kept the baby.
Is that the baby from...
Yeah.
Oh.
At least he sent him back. But it's gruesome. He could have killed the baby. Could have been worse.
Instead, let it go alone on a ship?
Well, he sent it back.
Canute,
It's
God.
still a sign that he's coming, but...
What precipitated this?
An attack on Denmark, Your Highness.
This is good news for me now, isn't it?
Stop with the sarcasm. You're alive because he was nice enough to keep you.
Before he left, he married Emma.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah. I did more than that in the
That
night.
is a problem.
Yes, but not your main problem, sire.
I am with Babe.
What are you doing there?
Your Highness, may I introduce King Canute's father?
Ooh.
King Svein Forkbeard.
So it's exactly like Vinland Saga. What is he doing here?
To ensure that his claim on the throne was still true.
Hopefully. For Canute.
How long do you expect King Canute to be away, Your Highness?
Well, he's at war. He'll be there as long as it takes to secure Denmark.
And in the meantime, I take it you intend to rule in his place.
I do.
What did give you that idea?
King Edmund, you will find that my son and I, we approached problems very differently. His far-thinking, patient and fair.
Which I'm not.
I'm none of those things.
So be careful.
So, walk straight.
No sarcasm with them.
Could you please explain to me why you think that Canute has chosen
To keep you
to let an
alive.
insolent pup like you
He needs him?
live?
Yeah.
You're supposed to still be in charge somewhat, so...
I provide an important connection to the Saxon nobles. Managing them requires a delicate touch.
Which you do not have. You just became king.
You had one good negotiation. One.
It's Godwin who's truly in charge, honestly, but...
Delicate.
Or Emma. Emma's doing a good job too.
That's another thing that I am not.
Lock your doors at night. I fear for you, man.
He's gonna push him, and it's not the time to plan any rebellion or anything, because that's pretty much what they were trying to do. Stop.
You're a cook, Queen Emma?
No.
My mother was a cook. Many pots. Stews, roasts, soups, all going at the same time. Used to amaze me how she somehow managed to bring everything to the table cooked to perfection. My son, Canute, is not a cook either. But he thinks he is. He has pots all over his fire. Norway, Denmark.
Oh, that kind of cook. That I am. Pretty sure she can manage.
I'm not so sure he can manage it.
Which is one of the reasons he married me.
Because you can manage England.
Yes.
I admire your confidence, but I distrust your ability.
Oh, just watch her, man.
Do you distrust my ability or your son's judgment?
If I knew the answer to the first, I wouldn't doubt the second.
Then allow me to prove both.
She has what it takes, but she has also a lot of power, and he married her quickly, then left her back there. He's just coming in, having to manage everything, so he wants to know who he can trust, who he can push and manipulate, so that war doesn't break while his son is away. I think, and Emma is dangerous. I think if she could be a good ally, that's great, but she is also dangerous.
Spread out. Look for survivors.
You don't attack places like this. It's supposed to be safe havens. It's supposed to be peaceful. There are rules even in war, man.
I am Ealdorman Siegfried of Wessex, Your Highness. Wessex is the oldest of the Saxon bloodlines. The House of Wessex is also exempt from paying royal taxes. That is a binding promise from King Ethelred to my father.
Yeah, but now things have changed.
He saved the king in battle at York, sire.
Yeah, but now the king is Canute.
Against who?
Against yourself, sire.
Yeah, so why would he, give you something in return for this?
It's a relic of bygone time. You'll pay your taxes like everyone else.
Yeah, things have changed.
You are the thread that connects past and present.
We talk alike.
It's kind of like when mom says no, you go to dad.
The Vikings on the bridge. Do you
Is the
recall
mom?
the esteemed Ealdorman from Wessex at my side?
I can attest with certainty that Alderman Sigerfirth was not present.
I was unavailable.
You were what now?
As I am to you now.
I might like that. And that's the thing, you do not ask him after the first one said no. If Edmund had tried to give him anything he asked for, it would have basically discredited him because they would have been against each other.
Yeah.
It saddens me to think of all who prayed here.
You could hate something this much.
Someone who was
We're not
wronged
killing
by it.
people.
They're killing
We're cleansing
faith.
the land, rubbing away all signs of our pagan past, like a stain.
Killing innocents, they're doing it though. It creates a new stain. Oh, the kid's okay.
It's all right.
Because I know he was wrong, but don't you think that you're doing wrong to these kids as well? Killing their loved ones because your brother got killed because of that faith? Now your faith is pushing you to kill innocents.
You are Freydis?
How do you know my name?
He only spared us so we could give you his message. He said that his god has ordered him to destroy Kattegat and to kill you.
All dead. Everyone. I say we ride after Kare and make him pay.
He has at least 100 horsemen. We must be smart. I'll track him and meet you back at Kattegat.
I'll come with you.
You know he'll be coming to Kattegat, but do you wait for him to show up?
I think you must take the time to prepare for his arrival.
Cora will pay for this act and promise you justice.
I don't need your promise. I can
Your
deliver justice
action.
myself.
Oh, she's pissed. It's a personal, vendetta. I know it's not the scene, but he has such an arrogant face all the time. Like, yeah. He was easier to like when he was full of doubts.
I did not anticipate your move at the walls. You were the faster horseman, Your Highness. You forced me to improvise. How do you think we should handle the new Viking?
You don't shut up and listen.
I take it you don't feel at home in Forkbeard's court. I hate it.
Mm-hmm. You lost. Would you rather die?
How much do you hate it?
And I don't like Godwin trying to manipulate things all the time.
Your sentiments are not built in isolation, Your Highness.
Are you saying that there are others who would back a resistance?
I'm saying there are those that would back a leader who has an answer to the question. How much do you hate it?
If you try something, you will lose your head.
That's the thing. He will not spare you.
You sent for me.
Godwin, I did.
Like, knowing Godwin, we don't know what he's gonna do. He could be planning a rebellion with Edmund, then turn around and tell these guys of the rebellion.
Seek ye Firth of Wessex, come!
He tried to go beyond the decision. He might start killing people.
I cannot get your petition out of my head. And I do wish my son Canute could have heard it. As he may, I've responded differently. Despite our differences, I'm sure that both Canute and I would agree that your response could only be regarded as an insult.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna be punished.
It was not an insult.
Was it?
It was merely
I think
appealing
it
to
was.
King Edmund because he...
Oh, straight up. He did what I
know why, and so would my son.
Because you're feeding the thought that Edmund might still hold some power.
Yeah, he's just a
figurehead.
Yeah.
As I was saying.
And right in front of him.
Canute appreciates your loyalty.
No, he knows he's doing something.
But I cannot have a man of your lowly rank work for me. Therefore, I hereby make you, Godwin, Jarl of Wessex.
Okay. What? No, he's gonna be happy with this. He's just going up the ranks.
I've been told it's the oldest Saxon bloodline.
Yeah, but he's not gonna be in his ears now.
Yes, but he's gonna have power, he's gonna have freedom, and it plays in his favor. So he goes wherever the fortune is. So we cannot trust him. No one can trust him. And to be fair with Godwin, I'd rather have him close so I can look.
Yeah.
You know?
Keep your friend close, but your enemy closer.
Trust these people.
The fuck are you doing with them?
Not at all.
My Christian brother!
Would you fucking team up? They basically want a Christian Norway.
Yeah.
War is coming.
And your name will gain more glory. Is that not what you wish? To have a name greater than your father's?
There is a darkness in him you cannot control. They share it.
I don't know. I don't think so.
If it is true, why have I never seen it?
Yeah.
Because when I'm with you, it goes away.
We have never seen that darkness.
But she's always with him.
When I'm with you, I can do great things. And the darkness does not overcome me.
So imagine if she dies.
She could.
She almost.
They all could die. Like, honestly, I don't think he would die. Harold, I don't know, but everyone else.
I mean to unite Norway under the banner of Christ. And for that,
You need Kattegat.
and to take Kattegat, I need you.
Did you hear that, old one? The time has arrived. You can count on my help. I do have a price.
You let him kill Freydis.
God has instructed me to build a great church in Kattegat.
You can have your church.
Once it has been cleansed of the heathen, as we did with Uppsala.
He's unhinged.
Burned it to the ground, along with its sham priests and false gods.
After you fucking talk to the seer, you're conflicted.
Who are you talking to?
This is this old pagan seer whose son has set. Ignore him, brother Olaf. He just tried to tell you I'm mad.
There's no one. He's seeing him and he's not fucking there, man. You're crazy. And you're fucking teaming up with him. He captured the seer. So either he told him to do this, or he told him something he was not happy with, so in his mind he captured him, but...
Skål!
It's kind of like he constantly feels he needs him around to just validate or something. I don't know. He's unhinged.
We swore an oath to Canute to support two kings. But that was before he married Emma.
Should Canute die before me, the throne returns to England. But should I die first, Canute's existing and future heirs shall have sole claim. And if his marriage is a true indication of his heart, you will be kneeling to Viking kings for a long time.
The question then is when.
The initial question is who?
You'll get killed.
Who here will
The question
support
is
our
what?
English king?
They just kneeled to Canute, and now you expect them to kneel to you and You need that to mean something?
Agreed.
Well, Neil, I cannot trust any of these men for either sides. And I have a feeling if it gets hot on either side, they'll just switch and go back to the other one.
The stronger one?
And he says, like, are you truly with me, Edmund? They're not with you, man. They just don't want fucking England to be with the Vikings.
Are you thinking about your lucky win the other day? A pound of silver if you beat me again.
Accident and he dies.
What I mean, if just name Jarl of Wessex, I don't know.
And that is the king we are following.
See, they're not with Edmund at all.
Oh yeah.
Accident.
Oh.
My lord, can you move? Quickly, calm down.
His legs. Oh, he put that there, man. He put that there. I knew we should not trust Godwin, man.
You.
Yes, Your Highness.
Yeah, of course.
This will not take long.
The long fucking game with him. All the hatred through your eyes. Bitch. Oh, shit.
Thank God you were here to comfort him.
The king is dead.
Only one is.
He's pushing for rebellion, but on the other side, he plans to squash it. He's a fucking manipulator.
The young king is dead. His horse failed him.
You probably know. I'm
she
pretty
knows.
sure she knows.
She knows that he done something.
The fact that he brought him, he erased him, he showed him the move, knowing his fucking pride and his attitude would have him do it again and now do the trick. Ah, he's a genius, I'll give him that, but
An evil one, but a genius still.
Someone compared him to Littlefinger in the comments.
True.
Sort
I can
of.
see why.
It's subtle as fuck. Godwin, how about we go in the woods and have a little race?
Did you commission this murder?
Must I remind you that the death of Edmund leaves only one king on the throne of England, which is crucial to Canute's power and yours as his wife.
I arrived in his country as a 15-year-old girl who could not speak the language and was a piece of property. I am now the queen of an expanding empire.
She really
If you
grew.
think that I'm incapable of taking care of both my husband's interests and my own, you do so at your own peril.
Do not cross her.
I respect you now, Emma.
I'm beginning to see what my son admires in you.
Oh, Canute?
It's really not hard. It's not hard to see.
What?
She is amazing. Probably one of my favorite characters in this season. Okay, so last episode I expected the trouble in Denmark to be her, but it looks like when she learned what happened, she just straight up decided to show up. She looks smug
What has
as
brought
fuck.
you all the way to England?
The crown that is due to me as the wife of its king.
You and my son were handfasted in the pagan way, as he had yet not converted.
So here you might not be.
In the eyes of God, you were never married.
Yeah.
My son has made his commitment to Queen Emma.
And he should be prepared to lose Norway. Jarl Olaf visited me upon his return from England. He then attempted to buy Denmark's fleet for an invasion of Kattegat.
Okay, so she would have said no. So that's why he went to Kare.
In his absence, fleet answers to me.
Where is it?
Near, but far.
Wherever you are.
Out of your sight, but close enough to receive my command.
You probably hate that you're in charge right now.
If they don't hear from me by a given hour on a certain day, they sail for Kattegat under Olaf's flag.
Okay, so it's still up in the air. You need to give her what she wants. Huh? She was played though. He did marry someone else.
We must find out their strength.
If they are weak, they should not be waiting in here, but attacking before their forces grow any stronger.
I'll go with you.
We can spare neither of you. Let's get back to work.
They both feel so involved. I need to go. I'll make sure everything is.
I'll go with you. It is my destiny.
Kattegat has seen trials before. Enemies from land and sea, and days of darkness.
6 seasons of this shit.
It is known.
Now we face a new challenge. We call for a messenger to journey to Asgard and plead our cause to the chief of the Aesir.
I will.
Prepare him for his journey.
My name is Earl Godwin. I'm an advisor to your husband, King Canute.
It's refreshing to be greeted properly.
Don't play with them.
I've come to offer my assistance.
Of course.
I've made my terms clear with Sven Forkbeard. Why would I need your help?
Because you may have overestimated your leverage with him and underestimated Emma's.
He needs
Everyone
Emma gone.
underestimate Emma.
He wants Emma gone because she's a threat to him.
Let's just say I have my own history with Emma.
And you are both strong women, so if Emma cannot trust this guy, why would you be willing to trust him too?
She doesn't know him.
No, but just think. I know you're
In
at
her-
odds with
in
her,
her
but
mind, he can give her help. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
not always.
Not
And
always,
Godwin is
but-
not anyone's fucking friend. What are you doing, man?
You seem like a man who's contemplating to make a mistake.
He's gonna fucking go. Don't get killed. I guess he had to try in a way. It's his brother,
Little
but
brother returns.
is he pretending to be on his side, man? He's pretending to be on his side? Okay. This is gonna be dangerous. We'll see. No way, there's no way that Harald is betraying Freydis or leaving. Like, he said he was gonna, leave his goals and his ambition and all of that for her. I truly believe he would. So there's no way he's leaving her to potentially fight with his brother, and he doesn't care about Olaf enough to let go of everything else either.
I think for Harald, he preferred to have like unity. Like, he preferred to have peace between both beliefs. So yeah, I think you're right that he might try to I'm on your side, brother.
I feel like
let me in.
I don't think he's trying to calm things down, because I think Olaf definitely would not go for it. But they did say they needed to know how strong they were. They needed to know how many men they had. He's trying to save what he loves and what he cares about, I think, by putting himself in danger and playing the game. I'm just thinking, I don't know if Olaf is gullible enough to believe that. We'll see. Like, maybe this is... Next episode, we'll start with the conversation, and it's just going to be a talk.
It all depends. Do you think it's going to put the fact that he's a Christian to appeal to Olaf, maybe?
But we also know that that's not a driving force with him. And if it's clear to us, it would be clear to Olaf. So if next episode we start with the conversation and he's just trying to learn things by making small talk or something, that's one thing. But the fact that Olaf himself is there to welcome him, and he's saying the prodigal brother returns, all of that, I feel like he might be trying to say, I'm on your side, we're family, I'm not going to leave you,
but
all
it's
of
the
that.
fact that, I don't know, this smirk on his face, like...
And they had a deal of Olaf would be king of Norway, and then if he dies, it would be Harald who would inherit. So maybe he'll play the, I trust you, we had a deal, I'll stick by your side.
Yeah, but not... Olaf has a son.
No, I don't give a shit. I think
he has an heir.
I'm thinking he might say that this is his position, just so he gets to be close and learn and, give them a fighting chance, because they don't know what's coming. They're just preparing. And they were, whenever, their scouts were coming back dead, both he and Freydis were saying, I need to go and learn about what they have in store for us. And you had Leaf say, you're both too valuable.
We can spare another.
So to save Freydis, to protect the people, and to, he says it's not important, but I'm pretty sure it's part of the deal anyway, to also get his goal and potentially get the crown. This all aligns with learning what's going on with Olaf, learning what they have in store for Kattegat, and playing the double agent would work. So I think this is what he's doing. I'm going to trust that it's what he's doing, because there's no way... this episode I was thinking, a few characters said stuff that I was like, that's weird. I never saw that from them. I never saw that. For example, Leaf saying he had a darkness inside of him. I was like, where?
Well, it always says that the legacy of his father was a burden on his shoulder.
No, I know that. He said he had a darkness in him that he just kept at bay, and I was like, what? When did you... we never really saw him struggle with that, so I was a bit surprised. And kind of like also with Harald talking about his goals with Freydis, I was like, there's a bit of stuff that was said this episode that kind of felt different from what we saw of the characters, but I don't think a character like Harald would fucking switch like that. So
No,
he's there to learn and save people.
From what we saw in the previous episode, he loved people, he loved Leaf, I think he loves Friedis.
Yeah.
So he wants to have peace with both.
But it all depends.
And he wants to protect these people. So I know it's gonna be a double agent for sure.
But whether or not the plan works is if Olaf fucking believes he's there for the right reasons, and I don't know. Like, Olaf might be gullible a little bit, but we'll see. And maybe he's looking for someone he knows to be by his side because he has teamed up with a guy who's fucking crazy.
Who sees old ones everywhere.
He's seeing the seer in a cage, which makes me wonder, like, he went to him for support, for guidance. The fact that he put him in a cage makes me wonder if what he told them was not to his satisfaction. Maybe he said something that disturbed him, that he was like, oh, I spent my life, like, maybe, like, back in the day, he told him something that sent him on a path of revenge. He believes he's the warrior that needs to carry the cross, like, he needs to spread the message of God, and basically kill, in his mind, he needs to purge the land of pagans.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, by the way, fucked up, because the reason why he's doing that is because he was wounded as a child. Those beliefs, those traditions hurt him, but now he's just fucking continuing the cycle of hatred by also leaving behind innocents that have lost people to him and will want revenge. So your Christian way is not better than their pagan way. You both are killing people in the name of your gods. You both leave behind innocents that are...
You know what's the main difference? In his mind, he is justified. So you won't see the resemblance.
It's not a difference because we know Vikings who think they are justified.
No, what I mean, the reason...
Vikings was about that.
The reason why he's doing it is because in his mind, he's justified.
I know.
You cannot see the resemblance.
You would not be doing that if you didn't think you were not justified. But it's always... he thinks he's different, but it's a story as old as fucking time.
Yeah.
Vikings was about that. It's pagans fighting Christians, both thinking that they have the right gods and thinking that their message is the right one, and killing other people by saying, oh, you don't get to kill us, but we get to kill you because we're right. I don't like people who do stuff like I said it last episode, people like Kare who say they are the right messengers when in fact, like, they're not really doing stuff for God, like, they're doing stuff for themselves with a mask of Christianity or religion or anything.
They heard words, they heard a prophecy or a task that they need to do, and they interpret it in their own ways and doing what they want to do based on
At the end of the day, that's how every message is interpreted. It's based on how you see it and how you understand it. It's always going to be subjective. So to say that this is the right way to do things, man, it all comes down to how you read it. The way you read it might not be the same as someone else reading it. But beyond that, it's not about the message, it's not about any of that. You're taking that as justification to make you feel better. But he is killing innocents. He is leaving kids with families dead and people who would want revenge. Like, he is creating mini himself. Mini Kore. Sorry. Anyway, he's leaving behind a path of destruction, and he's not going to stop. And he is deluded because... I think, he went back to the seer hoping that he would get confirmation that he was doing the right thing. Maybe he heard something that he wasn't happy about, and that's why he caged him. Because if he heard what he wanted, and that led him to destroy Uppsala, I don't think he would keep him in a cage. But if he did, like, it depends. Like, both could be a scenario that's possible. Like, either he heard something that he did not like, and he rebelled against it. Kind of like, oh, I spent my whole life doing what you wanted, and now you're saying I'm not okay, it's not okay. So he would put him in a cage as revenge and keep going with his purging of the pagan world. Or he heard something that he liked that justified what he wanted to do, or he interpreted it that way. He destroyed Uppsala, and he's keeping him in a cage because he needs him around to keep validating his choices. But the way he dismissed him in the episode makes me think it's the first option. That he didn't like what he heard, and he's keeping him around to spit on that. But spit as much as you want, man. You're still keeping him around. You still went back to him and asked for stuff.
But it's more or less a representation of his own morality or his own conscience, if you think about it.
He's lost and he's just angry and he wants revenge, but he has turned into this avenger that does not make a difference between who the innocents and the guilty. And it's just bad. He needs to go. And now he wants to kill Freydis, so it's personal, man. And not just that, Freydis herself now will probably want to kill him because of what he did in Uppsala. Because Uppsala would have been crossing such a huge line. There are rules in war, man. There's stuff that you do not do. I expect it to happen on both sides. Like, I don't like when pagans, Vikings, go into churches and kill the nuns or the priests and stuff. Like, you don't kill innocents in a place where they're supposed to feel safe. You make them prisoner if you want, but you don't massacre people in a place where they should be feeling safe. Just like the Christians should not show up in Uppsala and fucking destroy the people who are on the pilgrimage. You know? It should not be a thing in this, especially today, like in their present, where both worlds have collided, and you have Christians on both sides, you have pagans on both sides, you have families that are mixed.
If you want to fight honorably, you wouldn't fight people who cannot defend themselves. But we know that people do not care about that. They're gonna kill weaponless women,
but it's because he
hopeless
thinks
children. So people on the pilgrimage in a holy place without any weapon or sort of, we don't expect it.
He didn't kill the baby, but he also put a cross on his forehead. So in his mind, he's saying like those who are already pagans, those who cannot be saved, he kills them. But those that are still young enough to, we can raise them in this new faith. Maybe I leave them alive because there's a chance for them to change. But you're not giving anyone a chance. You yourself were pagan when you were a kid and you changed later on in life. It's all about choice, and to force people to choose like that at the end of a sword, it's not a true choice and it's not fair. So I don't like him. He needs to go.
All right. On the other side of the globe, in England.
The
globe, on the other side of the sea.
Oh man, Godwin is a problem, but we knew that.
Yeah, I can really see the resemblance with Little Fingers.
Yeah.
The fact that he's making plans in the shadows and stuff.
We can't trust him, and that's the thing. Like, that's what I meant with I don't know how to say her name. Canute's first wife. She is seeing of course she's seeing an opportunity. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Like that. Mm-hmm. It's true in a way, but someone like Emma, who's a strong woman who knows how to play the game, who managed to survive. Like, a new king showed up in England and she ended up in his bed and she ended up as his wife. So she stayed in power. She kept her wealth. She kept her standing and her power and everything that comes with it. And so she's not dumb. She's not stupid. To compare her to Emil and you're the wolf, like, it's disrespecting as fuck. She doesn't know her, but they're both... I'm guessing they're both strong women, and if I was one of the two and I saw that my enemy did not trust this guy, I would not trust him either. There's a reason why he cannot be trusted, and he's supposed to be on her side too, so why is there stuff in between them that makes,
or maybe she knows that she cannot trust him, but still, he's a good one to give her, not advice, but informations. She has,
but then again, no.
If
you can't trust him, who's to say the information he gives her is right?
Still, she doesn't have any allies in that place. If the only one
she should not have showed up then. She has no allies, but she acts like she has all the cards, which in a way right now she does, unless they do find the fleet first. Because that's the thing. She said either you give her what she wants, or she has control of the fleet, so she'll send them back to Norway to fight against Kattegat. So that would give Olaf and Kare even more firepower. That would be really bad. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we don't need that. But and right now, like, the problem is Canute is not there. So as much power as his father has, he cannot do everything. Like, it's not to him that the people knelt. And now that Edmund is dead, it's gonna be tense. So he doesn't want to screw over his son. He doesn't want to screw over his position he cannot do big stuff. He's just standing there in his place right now. So he needs to be really careful about how he approaches this. He said he could kill his wife, but then again, he doesn't know. Like, would his son do that? Like, I don't think so. And with the power that she holds, it's not necessarily a good idea. So he's against the wall right now, which is why I'm thinking, like, do trust Emma, man, because she knows the place. She knows where to hide a fleet. She would be maybe good at thinking how Canute's other wife is thinking, putting herself in her shoes, and yeah, I think you can trust her, and you have no choice anyway, so there you go. But Godwin needs to go, and now he's in charge of fucking Wessex. He's getting what he wants. He's winning right now, because he's playing so many fronts. He's like, no one truly trusts him, but they're giving him stuff because he's not openly betraying anyone. And those that he openly betrays are no longer there to say.
No, because he stabbed them.
Yeah. But we knew, I said it in the episode, Edmund's attitude has always been, he was a little shit, okay? He was a little shit.
Yeah.
He had an attitude problem. He thought highly of himself. Ever since that first episode, when he got the talk, he just switched completely. He became overconfident. He was sarcastic as fuck. He was he was just pissed all the time
and the
at the faith he got.
At the beginning, he showed promise. I mean,
potentially.
He gave me the impression that he could potentially be a good king, you know?
But no, after that. And that's like, man, Canute let you live. He left you alive. You're a puppet, but you were not in a position to be a little child, a little baby about this. Like, you could not complain. You were left alive for a purpose, so you feel that purpose and you don't do shit. Rebelling, following Godwin, thinking that you had a standing or that people would follow you, you lost. No one truly respected you. You never did anything to deserve that trust. So those people that were supposedly on your side, they were on your side only because what you represented was an England with no Viking king. But if it had been anyone else, they would have gone with anyone else. They were not in this for Edmund.
No, they were so easily swayed when they. Well, I mean, if they didn't give their pledge to Canute, they would have been dead. So that's one thing. But the fact that they did not take 1 second to think, of course I'm gonna go with you, Edmund. I'm gonna.
But they don't want
what you want.
It's committing treason. It's committing treason. They would not have committed treason without knowing for sure that they were doing it for the right reasons and they were going to be okay doing it. Like they had a chance, but now just after that he dies.
So
Godwin doing that.
Thinking of that, I guess.
Yeah, but doing that, Godwin knows that they would be willing to switch sides. That they, now he knows where they stand, what they would be willing to do. But he got rid of the figurehead for that rebellion. So now, like, he just basically, he cut the grass under their feet, but he knows where they stand. Knowing is the best thing he can do right now. Knowing as much as possible about everyone. Knowing what Canute wants, what Emma wants. But knowing that Emma has her grudges when it comes to him, and she knows he might be responsible. He's definitely responsible for Edmund.
He knows that she knows that he did what he did.
So getting rid of her would be his next move. But then after that, he gets to manipulate people by making it look like, Edmund died from an accident and stuff. He's taking away the possibility for rebellion, but he also knows that there used to be a possibility. So he knows that these people are not truly loyal to Canute. And he himself is not loyal to anyone. So he'll give them what they want. He'll give them... he'll learn as much as possible, and then he gets to play the field and do whatever he wants, depending on what he... Basically, I think he just wants power. He wants standing.
But I made it so well. Right now is the Jarl of Wessex.
He got that, and that's the thing, like, by planning a rebellion, but then turning around and potentially... We didn't see it, and we didn't see it, and we did not either... Like, I'm pretty sure Canute's father, Svein, did not order the death of Edmund. But there's a chance he could tell him about potential rebellions. Like, if he wants to get rid of whoever, he can turn around and say, yeah, I heard him speak about rebellion and planning something. Like, he knows so much about these guys, he can play them like fucking Play-Doh. He can play them like they're his puppets.
But it is true that by giving him the title of Jarl of Wessex,
and he gets to do that away.
To planning the death of Edmund will ensure, like Edmund said, that Canute has a really good grasp of power with his kids in the
yes
future.
And no, because it also puts more. No, but it also
they couldn't kill openly Edmund, so you need to find a way to do it, basically.
Yeah, but doing that also leaves Canute with. Like, he's more important now. Like, there's only one king in charge of England. So if he dies, it's basically, like, what happens to England. He's putting England at risk because now he's at war fighting. And he has no, it's not decided who's in charge of England per se. Because you got Emma who's queen. But his other wife just showed up with her kids. Except they're not truly married. So now he's going to go with that other wife.
Oh my god.
No, but Emma
it's
being
like
against him. He's playing everything. Emma being against him, he needs her gone. So by getting in an alliance with the other wife, he gets to stay in charge, sort of. But what happens if Canute dies? Because it could still happen. He's at war. He's basically playing all the fronts at the same time, making sure that if one thing happens, he's still going to be okay. If the other thing happens, he's still okay. And he gets power. So he's going to give them information depending on what they can give him in return. Then he's going to switch around and use that against the others or for the others to also plan something with them. He's a fucking snake. He's intelligent, but he's a snake. And Emma is a worthy opponent, so that's at least there's that. But I won't be lying. I am excited to see what he's gonna do. It's hard to pinpoint his character because since he's playing so many fields and he's manipulating so many people, I think I'm truly gonna go simple there and say I think what he wants is power. As simple as that. Like, he wants to have his fortune, he wants to have his name, his title, like he wants to be someone, and so he's gonna do everything in his power to get that.
I don't think that he's doing that to just being petty, to make a. I mean, on one side,
goals could be: I want a wife, I want this person, I want their money, I want revenge. It could be anything, but I think what he wants is what his father lost back in the day. So he wants a name, he wants power, he wants the money that comes with it. He just wants to be a strong person. Like, I don't even know. I don't think he could become king of England, but that could have been something. Like, I don't think it's that, but we'll see. He can't become king of England for sure, but we'll see like what he does in the future to still be in that position, to still get his power. But yeah, Emma needs to be careful. I think she's strong enough to fight Godwin, and this is going to be between them. She knows he's a problem. He killed fucking Edmund. He needs to go down, but it's going to be on her because she's the only one right now who knows how to play against him. Svein is cool, but I think he's a warrior, not a politician. So,
I think it's a little bit over his head with what happened on every front right now. I mean,
but that's the thing though. It's going to be it's a fucking intense dream that Canute has when he said he wanted to unify. Northern territory. So he wants to unify the kingdoms of the north. I just expected, like I talked about Scotland and stuff like that. Like I talked about the north of England, but what he means is the north of Europe. So he's talking Norway, he's talking Iceland, like he's talking everything that's north. And I looked at the map and I was like, shit, that's a lot more than just Scotland, man. It's a huge territory, but he's only one man. He's got, and like his father said, now he's dealing with stuff in Denmark, but he's got so much places that's that he's supposed to rule over, but he's got no one there to rule for him, and it's
too much.
He's just one man. So what power does he truly have over these places? Who's to say that there's not a rebellion happening in one of the places where he's not? So right now his father is in England, trying to make sure that nothing happens here.
You do know why the Roman Empire collapsed?
Yes. So
they spread too thin. They want to control a too large area, and it just crumbled.
Exactly. So this could definitely happen, and we know for sure his dream is not becoming a reality, or at least if it does become a reality, it's not going to stand forever. Because it's not one territory today, so how does he get what he wants and then loses it in the end, or does he get what he wants and his descendants lose it in the end, or does he just never get what he wants? I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, next episode is the finale. We're gonna get a battle. We're gonna get something. I don't know if anyone will die. I do wonder if someone will die that will trigger the darkness that Leaf was talking about, because I don't see it.
It did say that the girl Liv was the light in his darkness.
You just fucking jinxed it.
And the fact that she's at his side all the time keeps him keeps the darkness at bay. Like he's in charge of his emotion, he's control of himself. So I think that she might die. Maybe in the finale, maybe in season 2. Or if she dies in the finale, we're gonna have a dark Leaf in season 2. I don't know. We're gonna have a emo Leaf
Erikson. Okay.
We're gonna have bully Leif Erikson.
Yeah. We don't know. Oh man. Okay, we're gonna end this here. I am losing my voice, so I need to drink something, man. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the finale right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
And if you don't want the next one, well, the finale shall be on YouTube next week then. So we're gonna see you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.